The end of Sykes-Picot. Most of the borders in West Asia are completely unnatural, and were arbitrarily drawn by France and Britain in the Sykes-Picot Agreement following the collapse of the Ottoman Empire at the end of World War I. The Arab countries along the southern shore of the Persian Gulf can hardly be called countries at all. These states are as fake as the Zionist occupation of Palestine, or Israel, as some like to call it. They were invented for the purpose of facilitating indirect colonial rule over the oil-rich territories which Britain wanted to maintain control over. Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, and the UAE are all artificial states, which can be more accurately described as oil corporations LARPing as countries, which are presided over by family dictatorships, appointed by the British imperialists to safeguard their looting of these lands. Saudi Arabia was cobbled together from no less than 9 territories, chiefly the Old Kingdom of Hijaz, the Emirates of Jabal Shammar, Nejd, Hassa, Asir, and Najran, the latter two being historically part of Yemen. Unification of these Arab kingdoms took place under the supervision of the British, who then appointed the Saud family as the rulers under an absolute monarchy, which followed a fringe, fanatical sect of Islam known as Wahhabism, allowing them to reign as tyrants over their subjects. The ancient kingdom of Oman was split, with the oil-rich western desert allocated to another branch of the Saud family, creating a territory which would later become known as the United Arab Emirates, which is nothing but an oil extraction zone. This left Oman weakened as it was denied access to its natural wealth. What is today the territory of Qatar has changed hands multiple times, falling under European colonialism as far back as the 1550s under the Portuguese, and only gaining independence from the British in 1971. Qatar is also not much more than an oil terminal, with an idle native population supported by slave labor from South Asia. Bahrain has historical ties to Iran, and with a predominantly Shia population, Persia would be its natural overlord, but instead it is ruled by the tyrannical Khalifa regime that originates from the Emirate of Nejd, and is nothing more than a puppet of the Zionist Anglo-powers. Kuwait is historically part of the Iraqi province of Basra that was cut away and made into a city-state that crypto-Jews and their pagan merchant allies developed to the detriment of the Basrawi natives, with the Jewish-run Dutch East India Trading Company in the 1780s, before selling it off to the Rothschild-financed British a century and change later, with the Najdi Sabah family as their frontman, and this filthy despotic dynasty has ruled ever since. The entire strategy was to divide the Arab peoples so that they may never unite and revolt against the imperial powers. This has been furthered in the modern era by the Israeli regime through its Oded Yinon plan, or Greater Israel. But with the geopolitical landscape shifting, things are about to change, and these very unnatural borders will soon disappear, giving way to the natural order of the region once again. The new Arab, which the Epstein Empire has created with fake sheikhs and Tinseltown metropolises, built and maintained with slave labor, which are propped up with the business model of security, tourism, and money laundering. Almost overnight, this model has evaporated as security has all but gone out the window with Iranian missiles flying overhead. These artificial desert paradises are fragile and exposed, and their leaders, living in glass palaces, enjoy their wealth only with the permission of the empire, which has proven incapable of protecting them. The Arab cities of Dubai, Doha, and Abu Dhabi are what the globalist imperial powers want the entire Arab world to resemble, in favor of the ancient cultural centers of Damascus, Baghdad, Cairo, and Muscat. Dubai is how they want every Arab city to look like, a hub for capitalism with a fake veil of Arab tradition and culture, aesthetically pleasing to give the impression of cleanliness, for the purpose of hiding the debauchery and prostitution that takes place under this completely fake utopia. When the Epstein empire of lies, plunder, and genocide is finally pushed out of Asia, Kuwait will return to Iraq, Bahrain will be reclaimed by Iran, the UAE will reunify with Oman, Qatar may remain independent or end up getting annexed by Saudi Arabia, which will probably maintain its current form, although Yemen has some scores to settle with this treacherous regime, which may not survive without American protection, and we could see a new Hijaz kingdom breaking away, leaving Saudi Arabia as a rump state. The line that was quite literally drawn across the desert, separating Syria from Jordan, may even disappear, and we could see a new Levantine state emerge, consisting of Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, Jordan, and even Egypt, forming a larger Eastern Mediterranean Pan-Arabic Union. This would ensure protection against future attempts at conquering the region. Thanks for watching. If you like this content, please consider subscribing. Please also share and leave a like. It's free and it helps the channel. Also, a big thank you to all of you who have very kindly donated. I very much appreciate your generosity, as this channel is demonetized. For one-off donations, it's easy. I accept PayPal and Buy Me a Coffee, or even crypto. Links are in the description. Until next time.